Theater of Oppress workshops provide an opportunity to rehumanize ourselves. So workshops are very distinct way of conducting activities, and we bring something to a workshop when things are not working, or they have sickness, or they need healing, they have wounds, they have been traumatized. So when you take your bicycle or your motorbike or your car to a workshop, you just go there for getting it repaired. So human beings also need workshops because they also suffer wear and tear, and they also need repairing. So we may not think that human beings get healed biologically by themselves, but oppression is as much as psychological, and that needs to be healed. It does not heal with time. So that is where theater of oppress workshops are, to teach people human to rehumanize themselves. So there is a problem of dehumanization, dehumanize. So what is dehumanization? That lot of powers, lot of struggles, community conflicts, and disasters, natural disasters, government policies, they can cause dehumanization. Dehumanization means, for example, if I have to ply a rickshaw 15 hours a day, am I using this human body for the right cause? I mean, if I have been turned into, let us say, a donkey or a monkey, then I am dehumanized, or a rat. So human potential is a very different kind of potential, which has to be developed, explored, and seen very differently. So human potential is not just, that you beat human and turn that into a horse and then you use that horse. No. Human is a learner. Human is an animal that has a cognition, that memorizes, that remembers, that can have higher order. So human beings generally do not solve their problems at the level where they are created. They have to solve them at a higher order level. So problems are created at a lower level, but solutions come from the higher order. So that is dehumanization of populations by power struggles happen, but rehumanization does not happen. Even governments cannot do that. So Augusto Boal took up this project of theater application to re-educate people about their suffering and develop in them a feeling of rehumanization. For example, most of the students, when exams are there, they are all the time worrying about the marks or mark sheet, marks. That is dehumanization. A man's job is not to worry about marks, but to worry about education. Is education happening or not? Even if you get the highest, you look at the CBSE results these days when we are giving admission, We find students getting, 98%, 97%, 99%. So this is all dehumanization, that the human's focus is on marks, not on education. So this theater, therefore, challenged all of these areas and then hold the workshops in which invites people and they tell their stories, and they have to very, very honestly reveal things. And then the moderator or the person who conducts the workshop will be using that data, those stories, and rebuild new play, and all of these people will be participant actors into that play. And that would re-educate them and help them to rehumanize their stories. The way they have started perceiving themselves need a rehauling, reinvention, reimagination. So as human beings, we often get trapped or frozen in patterns. So this is the line, of very important line. As human beings, we often get trapped or frozen in patterns. What does it mean? That when our psyche or memory is frozen, then we cannot really take those images out and handle them or deal with them. So let us say in a scuffle, or two students or somebody, so 2-3 people, let's say in a locality, they have a fight and a scuffle, and one and two of them slap each other and some physical thing happen, and then somebody comes and say, okay, go, and like that, and they go. But the slap or the humiliation that gets frozen in the psyche, either you have some ways to melt it. Okay, so how to really create warmth so that this frozen image or pattern in the mind is melted away and liquid state is created and a new imagination start. But that does not start. So when we say theater of the oppressed, the word oppressed generally mean that all those memories, images, which are frozen, and there is no way to actually melt them and create a kind of river where these images or the sufferer's mind or the oppressed mind can find the mainstream again. So this is, you see, trapping or frozen in patterns or behavior that impede real communication. So the real communication then between people, communities, does not take place because all of them have the frozen images in their mind. So that's not possible. So theater of the oppressed takes up such issues and tries to create an environment where these people can participate and speak. And then this real communication which they want does not suffer, and that takes place.